For the last few years, I've been living as a version of myself that I know isn't the man that I'm called to be. I'm a father, a son, a husband, and somewhere along the way, I stopped showing up for myself, the way that I should. So today I'm drawing a line in the sand. For the next 90 days, I'm committing to a transformation. Not just physically, mentally, spiritually, and I'm bringing you with me. This isn't just about fitness, or this isn't just about a fitness journey. This is about becoming a man that my family deserves. So if you're a man who's ever felt like you've lost your edge or your purpose, your fire, this is for you.
Let's go. I can see my future and it's looking bright. Not used to the light, I was born at night, but I'm used to a fight, not a new sight. Left, right, head, body, roll the dice. No regrets when I finally leave. I'll finally be the final, be a better me. My destiny is to invest in me, a quest to be the best. Yeah, legend free from a world that's been feeling so wounded. I got dreams and they feel so lucid. I got dreams that they think are stupid. It's alright, sit back cause I do this. I don't take this life for granted, my mind's expanding. It's time for a fight, command of the war. I want more, yeah, I said I want more. Took a life full of hooks, time to even the score.
One life left, so I gotta make it count. Two bloody hands, work hard just to build it now. Three more doubts in my head, try to tear me down, but I won't let it show. Four limbs carry me alone through the struggle now. Five toes tangled off the edge, don't look down. 6 feet deep, what will I leave when I'm underground? I don't know. Let's go, but watch me go.
My name's AJ. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a son, and for a long time, those titles meant everything to me, but I wasn't living in a way that honored them. And I used to be an athlete, I used to play college baseball. I knew what discipline felt like. I knew what it meant to push myself. I knew, how to compete, to show up every single day, but life happens. Work, responsibilities, stress, excuses, and before you know it, I wasn't the man that I used to be. I wasn't the man that I wanted to be or the man that God has called me to be. And the truth is my kids are watching, my wife is watching, my family is watching. And I've realized something that I can't tell my kids who to be if I'm not showing them who I am. So I want my kids to grow seeing up what a man looks like. Not just physically, but in character and discipline and how he treats his family and how he handles adversities. I want them to see a father who shows up, a father who leads with love, a man who stands on values, not circumstances. It's about honoring the rules that God has entrusted me with, and this journey is not about getting in shape. It's not about looking good. It's about chasing after. It's not about chasing after some old version of myself. It's about becoming the man that my family deserves, and the man that God designed me to be, and the man that my kids can look at and say, "That's my dad. That's the kind of person I want to be. That's the person I want to become." This is about legacy. This is about leadership. This is about identity. This is about becoming who I was meant to be. This is a person about being who God called me to be. This is not just about fitness. Yeah, you're gonna see workouts. You're gonna see me sweating. You're gonna see me struggle. Pushing through the moments where everything inside of me just wants to quit. But that's only a piece of the story. This is about transformation, not just of the body, but of the mind and the spirit. Becoming stronger physically is great and all, but becoming stronger mentally and spiritually is where real change happens. This is about breaking old patterns, about building new habits and learning to show up for myself even when no one is watching. Fatherhood. It's raising kids with intention, presence, love. It's not just being in the room, but being engaged, being a model of discipline, kindness, resilience, and faith, teaching them your actions and what it means to be a man, a leader, a protector. For my marriage, showing up for your wife in a way that honors her and honors God, leaving the home with humility, strength, and consistency. While building a partnership rooted in values, communication, forgiveness, growth. Being the kind of husband who doesn't just say he loves his wife, but proves it daily. Faith. Trusting that God has a plan for your life, even if you can't see it fully, even if you can't see the full picture. Learning to walk in obedience and learning to be able to surrender my pride, to lean on Him when I'm weak, give Him the glory when I'm strong. And this journey isn't just physical, it's gonna be spiritual. Mindset, developing the discipline, the habits, mental toughness. It's required to become the man that I'm called to be. Learning to push through the resistance, silence excuses, build that mindset and refuse to settle for mediocrity. Financial freedom. Creating a life where my family isn't controlled by money, fear, scarcity. Building systems, disciplines, and opportunities that allow me to be able to lead my home with stability, vision, teaching my kids what stewardship looks like. Legacy. Building something that actually outlives myself, outlives you, something your kids can point to and say, man, my dad built that. My dad lived that. My dad stood for something. Legacy isn't about fame, it's about impact, consistency, and character. This is for the person. This is for the person who feels stuck, for the person that they've lost themselves somewhere along the way, for the person who knows deep down that they're actually capable of more, for the person who wants to lead their family with strength, love, and purpose, in anyone, man or woman, who wants to grow, transform, and actually step into the life that God has designed them for. So here's what I'm doing. For the next 90 days, I'm committing to a full transformation. And no, this is not just a challenge. This is not just a trend, a commitment. I'm going to document my workouts, the good ones, the sloppy ones, the ones where I feel strong, the ones where I'm dragging myself through every single rep. My nutrition. You're gonna see the meals that fuel me. The meals that fuel me, the discipline, what it takes to be able to stay consistent. My struggles. You're gonna see the mental battles. You're gonna see the moments of doubt, frustration, the days where I question myself, why I even started. You're gonna see my wins. You're gonna see the breakthroughs. You're gonna see the small victories, the moments where I actually realize that I'm becoming someone new. My mindset shifts, the eternal rewiring, the changes of how I think and how I speak to myself, how I approach my life, my faith journey. The moments where God strengthens me, humbles me, redirects me, the lessons that I learned along the way. Discipline, about identity, about purpose, about what it really takes to change. And you're gonna see the real stuff. On the days that I don't want to get up, the days that I fail, the days that I push myself through, the days that I surprise myself, because transformation isn't pretty, it's not perfect, it's not linear, it's uncomfortable, but it's absolutely worth it. And I want my kids to look back at my videos one day and see that their dad is fighting for something, fighting for them, fighting for himself, fighting for the life that God has called him to live. And I want them to see the change. I want them to see that change is possible, that discipline matters, faith matters. And when life knocks you down and you don't stay there, you get up, you adjust, you grow, and you keep moving. So this journey is bigger than fitness. It's bigger than YouTube. It's bigger than me. I want to be able to build a life where my family does not have to worry about money, where we're not living paycheck to paycheck, where our decisions aren't controlled by fear or scarcity. It's really where our values, not our bank account, lead the way. And I want to be able to create a life where my wife and I can raise our kids ourselves. You know what I mean? Where we're present, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, where we can teach them love and discipline and faith and purpose, where we can give them opportunities that we never had, to show them what's possible, to show them when you work hard, trust God, and stay committed to growth. I believe that God is with us in this. He's blessed us more than we deserve. He's opened up doors that we couldn't open ourselves, and He's given us strength. He's guided us. He's corrected us. He's protected us. He's prepared us. And I believe He is calling us to be a blessing to other people and to remind people that God can use anyone, any story, any struggle, any setback for something greater. You know, if my journey can inspire even one person to step into the man or woman that they meant to be, then it's absolutely worth it. Because this isn't just about changing my life. It's about changing the direction of my family. It's about changing the legacy we leave behind. So, if you're watching this and something inside you is saying, man, I need this. I need to change. I need to step up. Then I want to invite you not to join me as my followers. No, not as my fans, but as brothers, as sisters, as people who want to grow together. People who know that there's more inside of them and are ready to pull it out. This isn't about perfection. This isn't about becoming who we're created to be. So subscribe, comment, share. Share your story. Tell me something. Tell me where you're starting. Tell me what you're fighting for. Tell me what you want to change, because when you speak it out loud, you put it out into the world and it becomes real. And when you share it here, you're not alone anymore. So let's build a community of people who show up for themselves, for their families, and for the purpose. This is my day one. And maybe, just maybe, this is your day one too. This is day one of taking responsibility. Day one of stepping into the calling that God has placed in your life. This is day one of becoming the man or woman that your family needs you to be. This is day one of rewriting your story. So let's get to work. Let's transform. Let's rise. And let's become who we're created to be. My name is AJ, and this is the beginning.